On STS-98, you received the Eucharist in space. Can you walk me through the logistics and emotions of that?
First time, you mean? The first time we had the Eucharist in space?
Yeah, yeah. Was
So that
that
was
on STS?
59.
Oh, okay.
59, my first mission. So that's just, that was serendipity and, perhaps the answer to several astronauts' prayers on that mission. So there were 6 of us on Endeavour on STS-59, and it was a science research mission scanning the Earth for changes, natural and man-made, with a really sophisticated radar camera, a digital radar imager. So it operates at night and through clouds, and we could run this science instrument scanning the Earth 24/7. So there were 6 of us, 3 on a shift, to work around the clock on that. Turned out 3 of the 6 were Catholics, me, including me. And we had 3 Air Force Academy graduates, including me. And these were guys that, one of them I knew when I was at the Academy, another one I hadn't met until I got to NASA. But so we all had some Air Force background together that was common. Then we were all Catholics, and we had a lot of support from our parishes and our local priests to help us get ready for our flight. And we recognized that, it would be really nice to bring part of our faith with us and practice our faith in orbit. So one of the guys, Kevin Chilton, was the pilot of the mission. And he asked the commander, Sid Gutierrez, the other Catholic, if he could bring the Eucharist on the flight. And maybe we'd have time during our busy schedule to have a communion service on board. So had nothing to do with my idea, but I certainly said, yes, let's do that. So Kevin got permission as a Eucharistic minister to bring the hosts, to bring Christ aboard. And then we looked for a place in the schedule where we might try to organize this communion service. And we let all of our non-Catholic crewmates, the other 3, we let them know about it and say, please participate with us in the prayer service if you want to. And so we had buy-in from everybody, and we launched on a Saturday. And the next day was Sunday, way too hectic to try anything organized like that. We were just getting our bodies used to being weightless. So another week went by for us to get through this routine of being 12 hours on shift, overlapping with the other guys by 3 or 4 hours, and then sharing some time together as a crew, and then going back to your own shift. Turns out that Sid and Kevin, the 2 pilots, were on the other shift from me. And Rich and Jay were my crewmates on my shift. So finally, there was a time on the second Sunday in orbit when our shifts overlapped and the mission was going very well. And so we had a few minutes to just get together on the flight deck and have this communion service. So we rolled out our crew notebooks. We had the readings for that Sunday, did a couple of the readings of the epistles and the gospel. And then Kevin brought the Eucharist and said, let's all say a prayer and then receive Christ. We were on the flight deck floating. It was dark, and we were on the night side of the Earth. And so you had just the cockpit lights on. So it was very sort of cozy and dark in the cockpit. And our crewmates, they were just downstairs. They just gave us some privacy for this communion service. And then as we received Christ in the Eucharist, the sun rose. And we weren't paying attention to what was going on outside. We were focused on this, on Christ's presence with us. But the sun rose, and this beam of white light shines through the windows and smacks us in the face. And for me, it hit me in the face in such a way that it almost blinded me. So I had to turn away from the light. So there were tears in my eyes from the getting hit by this intense sunlight, but also this was a very emotional moment. It's almost like the light symbolized Christ being with us in the Endeavour cabin.
That's amazing.
And so when I turned away, there's another window over here, and it's looking down at the Pacific Ocean, and it's this indigo blue. And I said, Kevin, look at that. That's this gorgeous blue. And he says, that's the blue, Tom, of the Virgin's Veil. He was right. So we had this wonderful moment of this beautiful view of the Earth and creation outside, the sun, the Earth, and these colors reminded us of